Hello. This week, let's talk about the design process and the project process. First, let's talk a little bit about the building team. We'll discuss the building team, who they are and what they do, the design process, and then touch on what exactly the design concept and the design statement are. So most design and construction projects take a team to create. The primary team members would be the client, the designer, and the contractor. For kitchen and bath projects, the clients are specifically homeowners who are wanting to do a project for themselves, or developers, people who are wanting to do a project for someone else to buy. A project can have multiple designers, but it will typically have one lead designer and then some subordinates or contracted designers. Depending on the scope and size and type of project, that lead designer could be the architect or a building designer, could be an engineer, could be an interior designer, or specifically for a kitchen and bath project, it could be a kitchen and bath designer. The builders and installers are very important parts of your building team. The general contractor will typically head this part of the team and then subcontract out and schedule all the different jobs that need to be done. The subcontractors could be the plumber, electrician, other specialists such as home technology. Right? And let's not forget the vendors, those people who sell and source the products can be important parts of your project team, especially for a kitchen and bath project. The kitchen and bath showroom or supplier is very important to your project. Moving on to talk about the design process. In general, design is a multi-stage process, moving from an idea to a completed project. The NKBA has very specific steps laid out, and they're right here on your slide, starting with identifying the client and their needs, all right? Organizing that information, creating a program, identifying what spaces are needed and visualizing them. That's when you're starting to create your plan. And then developing that plan or visual diagram, as they say. All right. You will continue to refine the visual diagram and finally think in 3 dimensions. This is when you move maybe to an elevation view or a 3-dimensional view. Finally, you're going to circle back, evaluate your plan, and as we all know, you've got to think about the details, details, details. So that was specific to the NKBA, but you might be more familiar with this. It is the 4-stage interior design project, starting with stage 1, program design and proposal. Stage 2 is kind of the fun part, creativity, concept, space planning. All right, and all of that planning and design leads to a client presentation and approval to move on. Stage 3 is where you flesh out those contract documents. Remember the detail, detail, detail piece, all right, and get your permits. And stage 4 is the project management. As an architect, I'm more familiar with, and you might be also, the AIA names for these phases, and they map out pretty much the same. We have schematic design, design development, construction documents, and construction administration. In this video, we just gave a brief overview of the building team and then the design process. Thanks, everyone.